Hey guys, I know it's been a while since the last time I uploaded, but, well, I've been busy the last couple of months, and, okay, you probably saw that, in the last couple of videos I've posted, I've moved rooms. I'm in the same house, but I've moved areas in that house. But so that's why there's a different background. Well, two separate backgrounds if you've been watching for the last couple of videos. But yeah, today's video is basically a continuation of one that I made 4 years ago. And I haven't gotten around to showing off the collection as the collection has grown since that time. And because there's actually been significant progress from it. That of course being my ocean liner collection. And I mean, looking at the I see them every day, but I decided why not go ahead and show them off, and update the video, because there's actually been a good bit of growth since the last one. Starting off, by no particular order, in chronological order, we have the sister ship / running mate of the RMS Lusitania, which I showed the last video. I showed the Lusitania in the last video 4 years ago, and now I am showing her sister ship, which, yes, they were sister ships. You can fight me on that. The RMS Mauritania, who multiple times split the blue ribbon between her and the Lusitania, which gave the Cunard Line the two fastest ships in the world for a certain amount of time. And yeah, look how glossy that looks. The RMS Mauritania. This is I think this is how she looked for most of her life, but yeah, and then shortly afterwards, as a sort of response to the Olympic, the third ship in the class, whom I also consider to be the sister ship to the third sister to the Lusitania and Mauritania class, at least as far as I'm concerned, the RMS, the ship beautiful, the RMS Aquitania. And as you can see from the way the ship looks, yeah, you can tell that it was very much inspired by the RMS Olympic, but she has her own class to it. I couldn't get the Mauritania without getting the Aquitania, so yeah. It completes the grand trio that was or / would have been the RMS Olympic, or the RMS Lusitania, Mauritania, and Aquitania. But that's neither here nor there. All right, next up, we have a few years more down the line, by the Italian line, one that famously sunk. That was sunk off of the coast of the U.S. The Italian liner, the Andrea Doria, and I picked this up mainly because, well, it's made by the Roller 3D, and I pretty much support his work and everything he does. I knew when I saw it I had to get it because, well, the Andrea Doria is a story that is one of the sinkings that, well, every ocean liner enthusiast needs to have at least some knowledge of, and like, and at least in this way I have a model of her. That's basically all there is to say on it. Like, we know it was sunk by the Stockholm, and her wreck is, well, basically that's about it. Like, I don't really know what else to say there. All right, next we have a ship that's actually very topical at the moment, due to what happened recently with it. Come on, you could have done better to save her. I'm just saying. It's kind of a shame what ended up happening. But that, of course, ship being the flagship of the U.S., the Big U. And honestly, I'm kind of glad that I got this model of her before what ended up happening with it. And for those who don't know, she's scheduled to be sunk off the coast of Florida to become a artificial reef. And that's not the fate that she should have. She should have the same treatment of the Queen Mary, the QE2, the Rotterdam, heck, the SS Great Britain. She's literally America's flagship. That's ridiculous, but that's what ended up happening. But, I'm not going into a rant this video. I just wanted to show off the models, but yes, the Big U. America's flagship. At least this way I can see her at least as she was, rather than the disgrace of what she's going to be. And next up, my most recent model that I just got about a couple weeks ago. Speaking of a preserved ocean liner / former Cunard line queen, the QE2. And honestly, when I got this from my dad for my birthday, I honestly, like, this became arguably one of, if not my favorite model. Well, it's not my favorite model, but it's my favorite next to one you're about to see in a second. So, and I'm trying to do her justice, so. And, as I previously mentioned, you can actually still go see this ship. She's in Dubai as a hotel ship. And frankly, it is on my bucket list to go see her. To see her in person. And honestly, I'd rather go to Dubai to see her than ever step foot in California to see the Queen Mary. That's pretty sad. But that's nothing against the Queen Mary herself. That's literally against the state of California. But no beef here. Anyway, last but honestly no means least, my absolute favorite in my collection, my absolute favorite of my collection. This is a one of one. Like the store that made this for me literally closed on Etsy, so you can't get another one. And that's what makes me appreciate it more. And actually, it goes a lot further back chronologically in ship history for the liners, the ship collection I own. It's the third of a fleet of 3, made by the legendary engineer Isambard Kingdom Brunel, and tragically it actually didn't get the life it should have, or the life for it that Brunel envisioned, and she had bad luck from beginning to end of her life. And honestly, if you know ocean liner history, you know the one I'm talking about. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the SS Great Eastern. And before I point out, yes, I am aware that that's an accurate amount of sales. One of the sales broke off, and I can't get any replacements because like I said, the store that I got this off of Etsy from, that I requested it actually, closed shortly after I got it. But still, regardless, it's still my absolute favorite, especially considering look how absolutely detailed this thing is. And frankly, I just like looking at it, because like you don't see many like models to this scale of ships of ocean liners of this era, and especially since it means I have representation of Isambard Kingdom Brunel and of his Great Babe, and that's the reason why it is my favorite model that I own. And as for the other two, the Great Britain and Great Western, I'm potentially working on that. Potentially TBC on that. If anything comes of that, I will discuss that further in another time. But as of right now, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the ocean liners of my current collection. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And like always, I will see you. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.